Okay, today's video is on how you can do a backtest. What is backtest? Backtest is when you want to know if your strategy or your robot is going to work on daily account. So before you put your robot on daily account, you should do a backtest before. Kwa hiyo kabla hujaweka roboti kwenye lila account, lazima ujue anaenda kufanya nini kwenye lila account baada ya kutumia historical data, yani data za chati ya muda uliopita ili kutest kwamba anaenda kufanya nini. So those are things that you're supposed to do when you want to trade with a robot. So according to different factor, which includes wrong password, backtest can fail. Long license user, password can fail. Backtest can fail. Expiring date, backtest can fail. Historical data, if the pay you are testing does not have a historical data, backtest will fail. Kwa hiyo lazima ile pay unayoenda kufanyia backtest lazima iwe na historical data. Kwa kama hiyo pay ulikuwa hauifungui mara kwa mara, irodi zile data kulingana na availability of internet, utajikuta backtest haifanyiki. Kwa sababu gani? Because you don't have historical data of that pair. So if no historical data of that pair, that means your robot is not going to work for backtest. Then type of pair. There is some pairs where our robot can work. So choose appropriate pair so that you can succeed with your backtest. Then time frame. Some time frame like 4 hours, 1 month, our robot does not work with those time frames. So make sure you choose an appropriate time to trade. Our robot does not work with 5 minutes chat, does not work with 1 minute chat. Yes, something like this. So 1 minute chat, 5 minute chat, 30 minutes chat, 4 hour time frame chat, 1 month time frame chat. Our robot does not work with those time frame. So make sure that all things are okay before you initiate backtest. So how you do a backtest and what you expect when you are doing a backtest. What you expect when you are doing backtest is like this. You should see if your robot is opening a pair, for example like this, and I turn on visual mode so that I can see what robot is doing. Then let's see what is going. I suppose to see something like this, that robot is opening a pair, is placing an order, putting stop loss, take profit. If the order is in profit, my robot to lock the profit like this. Yes, we're supposed to see something like this. That means here our robot is working as expected. You see, something like this. This is what we expect. Then you can skip this visual mode so that it can work in background, but at the end you will see the results. Okay, then what next after doing backtest? What next is to interpret the result. To interpret the result, we use these three. We use result, we use graph, we use a report. Yes, and we use journal. We use journal to understand why our backtest is not doing fine. Kwa hiyo kama roboti hajafanya backtest, tunakuja hapa kwenye journal kuangalia kwa nini hajafungua order au kwa nini hajafanya vizuri. Kwa hiyo hajafanya vizuri kwa sababu ya password, tutakuja kuona. Hajafanya vizuri kwa sababu ya wrong license user. Hajafanya vizuri kwa sababu no data. Does not work because no available historical data. Does not work because of time frame. Those are the things that you can review on a journal. So, want to see profitability graph. This is a profitability graph. If you want to know my robot is doing fine over long period of time, you should see graph like this. Why? The below one, the X line one, this horizontal one means number of trade. So number of trades should go proportional with increase of capital. This one is the capital. So as trade increase, number of capital should increase too. So you should observe direct proportional graph that showing that your robot is doing fine. If you see the zigzag line, that means your robot is not somehow doing fine. So number of trade should be proportional to increase of your capital. So the initial capital was $500. So now you can see it's almost $1,400, something like that. So we can interpolate the result how the robot was closing an order. For example, this was a trade number 1. It opened buy, but it hits our stop loss to loss 11. But it compensated that by closing with 109. So it's cover our loss. Then loss this one. So you can see up to this movement, if it close with with a certain loss, it is going to compensate by closing with the higher take profit. You can see stop loss is a part of trading. So don't think that every time robot will be in profit, but it will balance. The loss is this one. I suppose to close with higher profit so that I can cover the previous loss. No, I think you can't trade without stop loss or loss. Yani sitaki nikudanganya kwamba hauto trade forex ulipata hasara. Hasara ni lazima, isipokuwa tunacho balance ni hasara unayoipata na faida unayoipata, ili faida izidi hasara. That's what we do in forex. So this is a result. So unatakiwa uone kitu kama hichi, profitability graph iwe hivyo. Then tukija kwenye report, lazima tupate summary ya report ya kitu ambacho robot imefanya. Cha kwanza kabisa lazima uangalie initial deposit ilikuwa ngapi, then how much it make. The gross profit was 1400, then the loss was almost 440. Then we should expect positive value on profitability factor. That means if this is a positive, that means the profits is the amount of profit is greater than amount of loss. As you can see here, if this number is greater than, that means number of profit is greater than loss. Then you can see the consecutive win is 2, the consecutive loss is 1. So you you can analyze your result. The key things to consider here is profit factor. Profit factor will take profit over loss. So if this is profit, this is positive, that means your robot is doing fine. And then this expected payoff, we take the average profits over number of trades. Expected payoff, that means we take profit plus times times its probability, loss times its probability divided by average number of trades. That's where we get this 17. Then this is how we expect that is a successive backtest. If there is something wrong with backtest, let's see, let me delete this, and you will see if backtest is succeeded. You will see for example, this day Eagle Forex modified an order, stop loss. Okay, you will see something like this. That means your robot is doing fine. But if there is something wrong, you would expect something here. For example, I want to set the property of robot long. For example, this one, I want it wrong password. For example, let's say this is my password. You can see doesn't work here. Let's go to Juno to understand why it doesn't. For example, this is 0, nothing's here, nothing's here. That means, let's see, GBP 15, yes, 0 bar processed in that means nothing was done. Let's say read this one. Eagle Forex initialized failed. Why failed? The next line will tell you. It failed because long password. You can see if there is a wrong password. Then next I can put right password. I can put password. This is my right password. Everything is fine about the password, but let me put wrong license. Let me put wrong license. You can see it doesn't work here. So let me review why it doesn't work. It doesn't work. 0 bar, yes. Eagle, that one initialized fail. Why fail? It failed because account not authorized. So if your account is authorized, that means your robot will not work. Then another thing, you will see something like this: time limited copy license to use expiring at. So my license will expire on 2nd of August 2023. You can see. So this is a alert that you're supposed to consider, that my script will expire on August 2nd 2023. So after this time your robot will not work. For example, this is here. Yes, if your account is not authorized, that means you are entering wrong license user. For example, if this is my code, this is my code. So 2nd of August is the expiring date. If I changed something here, maybe I say was the expiring date was to be on 3rd of June, you will see something. Let me compile my code here to get the script with expiring date, so that you can see what will happen. Let me trade this. If I do a back test, I will expect something like this. It's loading data to initiate a trade, but nothing was done. Why nothing was done? Nothing was done. You can see nothing was done. Mismatch, 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 mismatch. But if you wanted to know why, the first line show that trade road, but initialized failed. So these are the things, and you will see something like this. These are ladies. These are ladies here. We're supposed not to see ladies here. If there is ladies here, that means there is something wrong. Okay. Let me put this. Let me put this in press. Let me post light password, light account number 73. Account number is your MT4 number. So if you take this script without compiling this, if you don't communicate with me to compile your MT4 number, that means that the robot is not going to work into your account. 81. So everything here is nice, except we're going to face the problem of license. Let me treat everything here on the journal. So you should use journal to understand why your robot is not working. Then let me test. Oh, it's working. Maybe I don't know. Oh, it can't work. It can work here, but it can't work on Lily account. Let me show you here. This is my pair. I need to drag my robot here. Let me refresh my robot. Let me compile this. This was my last update code. Let me update then. So I needed to drag this to trade this pair to see what will happen. Yes, you needed to allow live trade and the DTL. You need to put input. Input your report password. You report your license key 7308081. See, the robot is not pleasant. Why it's not pleasant? On Lily account, you will click Control T, means you are going to trades, but you want to go on John. On John, H1 removed, loaded successfully, but login license, Osaka, whatever, initialized, authorization failed. Why? Connection failed, no connection. Login this one through that one. It's still loading. Why? So this was removed because of license is not active. License is not active until I changed here. Your robot is going to work. Maybe this one. If I refresh, let me delete all of this. If I refresh, If I refresh here, let's put our robot, let's put our parameters, and then put your license key 33080 81 081. If I move, if I back, then your robot will be existing because everything is okay. So make sure that everything is okay. If you are loading your robot on Lily account, you should click Control T to see everything here, to see your trade, to see your account history, whatever. This is for Lily account. But if you need for backtest, you click Control R. You click Control R to see your robot. For backtest, you will click Control R. For Lily account, to see your robot status, you will click Control T. If you click Control T, you will see something like this. So you will see your trade, see your exposure, you will see your journal why your robot is not working. If you want to remove your robot, make sure that you right click, you go to Expert Advisor, then you remove it. You want it to adjust parameters, you click on a property. You want to do a backtest, you will click on Strategy Tester. And when you are doing a backtest, your robot is not going to open Lily account order. No. If you are doing a backtest, is not going to open an order of the Lily account. You should understand this. If you are doing a backtest, it will not open an order for the Lily account. That's how you can do with Eagle Forex Robot to check if it's doing fine on your chart. Make sure you consider this. You supposed to adjust lot size according to a capital. Something to consider is to make sure that you trade with this, not otherwise. If you go against with our instruction, this is a money making machine, but it will be money eating machine. Make sure your internet connection is full. The last thing I want to show that backtest can fail is when you use the pair with no data. For example, can I use this one? I don't know if it's pleasant. Maybe I want to use 1 month. Maybe I want to add. If you want to add another symbol, if you want to change symbol, you click here. You will see something like this. I may find another pair which I don't have is that. Maybe everything is okay. Everything is okay. Okay. I want to backtest this. Let me do backtest. Delete everything. Yes, nothing is here. Let me start. I think nothing was done. Nothing was done because no historical data present. Everything is 0 because no data present. Those are factors that can affect your backtest. As I told you, a wrong pair, time frame, historical data, expiring date, long license user, wrong password. Those are things that can result why your backtest failed. So if you want to settle it everything okay, you will solve the problem of backtest fail. Okay, thank you.